In an old video, there's this young girl named June Allen hanging out with her dad James, who sadly passed away after that. Hey, welcome to Real Savant. We've got all the latest movie recaps and reviews, with some sweet commentary to boot. Come hang with us and level up your film game. Don't forget to like and share our stuff, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Years go by, and June's mom, Grace, takes off to Colombia with her boyfriend, Kevin, for a whole week. So Grace leaves June under the watch of her friend Heather, who's a divorce lawyer and seems a bit envious of Grace's romance with Kevin. A week after Grace and her beau Kevin took off to LA, June's given the job of picking them up at the airport, but they don't show up and leave her hanging. So June gets in touch with the FBI, but she later decides to handle things herself. She's pretty tech savvy and uses a bunch of digital tools to figure things out. Plus, she hires the Colombian gig worker named Javier to help her out. And he's all good with doing what June asks for a little bit of cash. After breaking into Kevin's Gmail account, June finds out that he's got a whole bunch of fake identities and he's been conning loads of women out of their hard-earned cash. Thinking that Kevin's taken her mom hostage, June gets Javier to help her search for clues in Colombia. They trace Kevin's movements and find him in Nevada, where June meets this guy named Jimmy who says he's a pastor running a rehab center for former convicts. He tells her that Kevin's been reformed and is really smitten with Grace. June gets into her mom's dating profile and reads some old messages that show her mom knew all about Kevin's dodgy past. An FBI agent named Elijah Park tells June that he's seen a video of a group of crooks abducting Kevin and Grace while they're in Colombia. But June finds out that it's all made up. Kevin had hired an actress named Rachel Page to pose as her mom, who'd been kidnapped on her way to the airport. The case goes big and hits the news. And then Rachel comes forward to say she didn't know Kevin's plan when he took her to Colombia. This leads to people wondering what's up with Grace since she's had a few different names. June's pretty sure her mom's innocent, so she starts thinking that maybe Heather had something to do with it. She finds an encrypted chat between Heather and Kevin, and this makes her even more suspicious. June sneaks into Heather's office, but it looks like someone's gone through it already and deleted a bunch of files. When June's snooping around, she stumbles upon Heather's body stashed away in a storage closet. Then she watches a live video of the cops busting into a place in Colombia where Kevin's at, and they end up shooting him dead even though he's given up. With things looking bleak, June's on the verge of quitting, but then she gets into her mom's email. June digs up an email that's basically a threat aimed at her mom, Grace. It leads her to a bunch of security cameras that Kevin had bought and set up in an old abandoned house in Nevada that used to be their vacation spot. Just as she's checking it out, Jimmy calls and says he's got some info on Grace. When he shows up, he drops a huge bomb on June. He's her dad. And Grace had taken June away from him by falsely accusing him of stuff. But then he lets slip that he's a wife beater and a drug user, and that Grace and Heather had lied to June about him dying of cancer to protect her. Turns out, June's dad, James, was pretty angry about the whole custody thing. So he found Kevin in prison and asked him to pretend to be a potential boyfriend for Grace so he could track them down. James ends up kidnapping June and taking her to that old house in Nevada, where he's got Grace locked up too. They get back together again, but then James goes and shoots Grace. Things get intense when James tries to take June away, but Grace fights back and kills him with a piece of broken glass. Luckily, June figures out that James never turned off the laptop when he snatched her, so she uses the cameras to tell Siri to call the cops. Months pass and Grace pulls through her gunshot wound, while June heads off to college. Their wild story gets made into a show called Unfiction, and Grace even starts up a friendship with Javier thanks to June introducing them. After everything they've been through, June decides to send a heartfelt text message to her mom, telling her how much she loves her. To her delight, Grace responds with love as well, reminding June how important their bond is. If you enjoyed our recap of Missing, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your fellow mystery and thriller movie lovers. The suspenseful plot twists and turns will keep you guessing about what really happened to the missing characters, and the performances from the talented cast are simply outstanding. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting movie news, reviews, and discussions. Thanks for being part of the Real Savant community, and we can't wait to bring you more thrilling movie adventures next time.